You can make your kid a millionaire with just 62 euros a month. And the best about this, you don't need to be an investing genius to do this. So let's waste no time and talk step by step how you can make your kid a millionaire with government subsidies, tax savings, and a lot more in this PerFinEx video. Let's face it, kids are expensive. The German Statistical Office published in 2021 that the average child costs 763 euros a month. And this statistic is based on 2018 numbers. So we all know that this will be much more today with the rising costs of living over the last years. But if we take that number, that means that parents spend almost 165,000 euros on their kids until they are 18. That's a lot of money. So good that there are tons of government subsidies that you as a parent can get. The first subsidy is Mutterschaftsgeld that you get during Mutterschaftsfrist. So 6 weeks prior to giving birth until 8 weeks after. What do you get during this time? Mutterschaftsgeld from your health insurance if you are in the public health insurance, or from Bundesamt für Soziale Sicherung if you are in the private health insurance. And since both will be far less than your prior net salary, your employer will pay the rest, so you have the same salary as before. After die Mutterschutz, you might go into Elternzeit and receive Elterngeld. This subsidy is paid so parents can raise their children, and that's why it can be stretched for years, depending on which type of Elterngeld you choose. Basis-Elterngeld, Elterngeld Plus, or Partnerschaftsbonus. This alone could be an entire video on its own, so let me know in the comments if there's a demand for it. Important is that you cannot earn more than 200,000 euro taxable income to be eligible for Elterngeld. Taxable income, not gross salary. And that's why we'll talk about ways to decrease your taxable income while keeping the same gross salary later on. An even longer subsidy is probably the most well-known, Kindergeld, that is paid at least until your child is 18. Could also be paid until your child is 25, so oh boy, are we talking about a lot of money here. At least 54,000 euros that you can invest for your child to give him or her a real head start in life. We'll talk about the different options you have and which investments you definitely want to avoid right after the last government subsidy, the Kinderfreibetrag. Kindergeld is being paid to you, 250 euros a month. But it could be even more beneficial for you to get tax deductions instead of cash, and that's the Kinderfreibetrag. For every child, you can earn 6,384 euros plus another 2,928 euros tax-free. So you don't have to pay any income tax on that income. When you file your taxes, Finanzamt will check automatically what is better for you, the 250 euro Kindergeld or saving taxes with Kinderfreibetrag. And whatever's more beneficial, you'll get it. So yes, kids are not cheap. But with all these nice government benefits, there are zero excuses why you cannot invest some money for your child to give him or her a head start in life. And since kids are so young, the magical effect of compounding interest shows its full power here. If you invest the 250 euro Kindergeld per month, because it's called Kindergeld, right? Not Elterngeld. Kindergeld is for kids and Elterngeld is for Eltern, parents. So if you invested 250 euros a month, that is meant to be for your child anyway, it would grow to 43,000 euros over 10 years. Pretty nice, but we can do more. If you invest 10 years longer, 20 years, your child has almost 130,000 euros. Can you imagine how thankful your child will be if they want to buy their first property and have 130,000 euros on their account? I'm pretty sure we all would have loved if our parents invested in our names when we were kids. I certainly would have. And if you wait until your child is in a responsible age and invest for 30 years, he or she will have almost 300,000 euros. Imagine your child is done with his apprenticeship or university and gets a healthy 6-digit amount for his future. The world is his oyster from there on out. And if you wonder how we calculated that you can make your kid a millionaire with just 62 euros a month, this was calculated with a 7% rate of return until retirement age of 67. Incredible, huh? That you can turn 62 euros into 1 million if you just have enough time. And if you and your child would invest 250 euros a month all the way until retirement, it would be more than 4 million euros. Now that we know how important it is to invest for your child and how important it is to start early, let's see what you can invest in and what you definitely want to avoid. Let's start with the most popular investment option German parents do for their children, which is an option you should avoid. I'm talking about savings accounts. As Germans, we love saving money. Saving, not investing, unfortunately. And that's why of the total 7.7 trillion assets private households have, 41.7% is on bank accounts. That is more than 3 trillion euro, making close to zero interest. The money is just sleeping. But since you watch our videos, you are smarter than the average German. Why are we like this? One big reason why we don't like to take any risks is the telecom stock, which was the nation stock in the 90s. Telecom went to the moon, just like any other tech stock in the new economy bubble, but hasn't recovered since, and so has the investing mindset of many Germans. Now, don't get me wrong. Savings accounts are awesome for your emergency fund or to park your money for a year or two. But your child probably doesn't need money in a year or two. We are talking about decades here. So, invest with a good return instead of letting the money sleep on a bank account. What can you invest in? Probably the most popular investment product these days are ETFs, exchange traded funds. So basically a basket of many different stocks or bonds that you can buy super easily with a broker on your mobile phone. Now the question is, of course, which ETFs do you invest in out of the thousands that are available? And what is the best way to invest in these ETFs from a tax perspective? Because if your child wouldn't have to pay any taxes for the next decades, that would be absolutely awesome, wouldn't it? How can we achieve this? Either the brokerage account is in the name of the child, which not a lot of brokers allow in the first place, for whichever reason. That's only the first issue. Second issue is that if the account is in the name of the child, they can do with the money whatever they want when they are 18. And if you remember the days when you were 18 years old, not exactly the time when we were the most responsible. Am I right? And third issue, if you really want to pay no taxes, your child would have to file a tax declaration if the profits are larger than the 1,000 euro tax-free capital gains per year. Yes, I really just said that a baby has to file a tax declaration. Welcome to Germany. And that's why many parents decide to put the ETFs for their kids in a pension instead of a brokerage account so they don't face these issues. You have full control over your child's money until you decide it's time to give it to them, and the ETFs grow tax-free even without filing a tax declaration for the child. Might sound a little funny to get a pension for a baby, but that's actually the best translation for the tax wrapper. But of course, you can take out the money whenever you want, and you don't have to wait until your child retires. As Germany is the land of insurances, of course we came up with special insurances for kids as well. And you should avoid all of them. These insurances come in many different shapes and sizes, but at the end of the day, they are all a savings plan with some insurance attached to it. A term life insurance or a disability insurance, for example. The issue here is the same as we had with the savings account earlier. The return is simply not good enough. Here's one of these Ausbildungsversicherung from Sparkasse, and the return is just 1.25%. 1.25%. You can get more than twice as much return with a savings account on our website. From a not so popular Ausbildungsversicherung that you want to avoid to a really popular investment you want to avoid even more. Die Bausparvertrag. I discussed my fair share of criticism with Bausparvertrag over the years here on this channel, and I won't stop until every single one of you realizes that this is dead end for your money. I want to wake you up in the middle of the night, and if I ask you if you want to get a Bausparvertrag, you should start screaming and run away. This is one of my life goals. Why does a Bausparvertrag suck? You can watch our video for more details, but just in short here. The return of your money is even less than with the Ausbildungsversicherung. You can never be sure when exactly you are eligible for your Bauspar mortgage. And if you want the interest rate they promise you when signing this thing, you have to pay back your mortgage so incredibly fast. Hardly anybody can do it anyway. So stay away from it and rather invest in real estate directly. We have many clients who buy small units for 150 to 250k for their kids. You as parents pay off the mortgage until your child is an adult, and then you gift or inherit it to them, which can be done completely tax-free if the property is worth less than 400,000 euros. Your child will start life with a paid-off property and will get nice passive rental income for the rest of their life. Pretty awesome, if you ask me. What is equally nice and equally popular among our clients, just for a smaller budget, are gold, silver, or other precious metals. Many people disregard gold as an investment until they see the investment performance. 29% over the last year, almost 70% over the last 5 years, and almost 600% over the last 20 years. Now, I'm not saying that past performance is a predictor for future results, and you should expect gold to rise 30% over the next year, but looking back, was gold a good investment, and does it have its place in a well-balanced portfolio? Yes, it does. And if you buy gold the right way, as we explain in our video, you can also avoid paying 25% taxes on your profits. Then all profits that you make with your gold investment will be completely tax-free if you hold it for at least 1 year. What did we learn in this video? You as parents have a great responsibility, doing your absolute best to make sure that your child grows up well. Healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy habits when it comes to money is part of that. And if you start early, you've seen that just 62 euros a month can become €1,000,000. I don't have my million with me right now. And if we can help you to make the best financial decisions for your family and your child, then let us know by booking a free meeting with us with the card that you see here on screen. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one.